What up? I said, what up? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on?
Chilling. We're here on TSP, and we're going to speak on behalf of somebody that we respect
Mm.
in the YouTube community, our guy JiveTurkey, man. JiveTurkey 600 has been definitely one of the OGs in the gameplay commentary space on the Call of Duty side of things.
Forever, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely one of the first that I subscribed to way back. You had Ali A back in the day.
Oh Jesus, I haven't heard that name in a minute. Yeah, you had a
You
lot of
know,
good T Martins and
T
stuff like
Martin
that.
was one of
But
them.
like,
Drifter,
J-
way. This is way back,
but
right?
Jive Turkey man was one of those dudes who always brought that flavor to the videos. You know what I mean? He was, in my opinion, of that era, top five. Just with the content he would bring in, the silky smooth delivery, and the fun he'd have with it, and just mixing in music elements as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude, and still is a phenomenal commentator.
Yeah. And it's weird because you don't really see him make as much content as he used to. But I've always like checked in because I don't watch a whole lot of different people these days, but guys that I subscribed to years and years and years ago, I like to pop in on their channels and see what they're doing, see how they're doing in life. In
Mm.
this particular circumstance, I went to go check in on them. I mean, also part of the reason I don't watch some of these channels is because they're Call of Duty based, and Call of Duty is garbage. So I can't say it any other way. So when I lose interest in the game, sometimes I don't watch the content creators as much unless they're talking about something other than
The gameplay.
than the game itself. Because you don't have to tell me the game is trash. I can see it with my eyeballs.
Mm.
But anyway, he put out a video, um, and I just kind of want to share it with you guys because not only do we want to show some support to somebody that we respect, we want to kind of let him tell part of his story. We'll put the link to the whole video in the description below. Uh, he brings up something that's really important for a lot of us guys. Remember, when we came up, we were kids.
Mm.
When Call of Duty 4 was out, what was that, 2007?
No, that was yeah. Was it 2007? Yeah, I might have been. Yeah.
So you're talking about
Wow.
15 years, right? You take 15 years off my age. I'm 24. Take 15 years off your age. How old are you?
Like 14, 15. Yeah.
Right? So it's crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's really crazy when you look at these things because, everybody says, oh, you're gamers or whatever. And, you didn't grow up. You didn't do this. You guys are losers. Whatever they want to try to
Right.
assume about you, right? But a lot of us came up together 15 years. We're all adults here,
Yep.
right? So a lot of us who are still gamers and people who may not be gamers anymore, you really need to listen to what my man Jive Turkey has to say about an experience that he had right before Turkey Day.
The Monday before Thanksgiving, I took myself to the hospital because I was having crazy heartbeats. It started that Friday where it was consistent. I'll do a video on a total video on the situation that I'm in, but I had some bad heartbeats and my heart was racing up to like 200 beats per minute. It'll go from 80 beats per minute to 200. And that's insane.
Mm.
And it started Friday, that Friday before Thanksgiving. And it happened a couple times that day. And then Saturday, it happened a couple times Saturday also. Like, that's not normal. Then Sunday, it was cool the whole day. But by Sunday and Saturday, I made up my mind like, hey, I'm going to make a doctor's appointment and get this checked out. And then by Sunday, it went away, but I still was going to make the doctor's appointment. Like, I got to make this doctor's appointment because I got to see what's going on, like what's really going on. Then Sunday, I couldn't really make a doctor's appointment. I had to make it via internet because, you know, nobody's really in office or anything on the weekends. So I made it via internet, and then somebody called me on Monday morning. Monday morning, the same thing happened a couple times. Monday morning, I got the call. They called me, hey, you want to make a doctor's appointment? This and that. And I'm like, yo, I need to see a doctor today about my heart, today. And the nice lady was like, hey, I'm going to try to get you in there. And she said, December 7th is our first appointment. Insane. I couldn't wait till December 7th. So I went to emergency to the hospital and checked myself in. Like, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Then they rushed me in, put me on the machines. The machine was going crazy. Like, hey, my heart is in big, I'm in bad shape, guys.
Can we pause it here for a second? So, like, the one thing here, and I feel like we have to kind of say this because, like, if you want to watch this whole video, definitely go there, and I'm not going to interrupt too much of the story if you don't want to hear the interruptions. The one problem I have is if he's starting to have heart palpitations, right? And this is just, listen, I know everyone wants to go to their particular doctor, everyone wants to see their person, but if you are having heart issues, I cannot make this clear enough because I've had friends that have had same issues. I've had friends actually pass away from this. Go to the emergency room. Get checked out. If you are actually having heartbeat issues, palpitating, you don't know what's going on, you're better off going to the emergency room, getting hooked up to machines so they know exactly what's going on. Because you trying to grit your teeth and get through it and just like, oh, I want to see my doctor, I'll wait a few days. I mean, not to be morbid, he could have passed. You know what I mean? Like, if his heart just gave out, he could have passed away. Like, if you are finding those symptoms to happen, right, go to the emergency room. Is it expensive? Yes. But no money, no expense is too much for the cost of your own life. You know what I mean? You as an individual, you as a human life comes far before any expense. So just make sure you get checked out. I mean, I got to make that extremely clear because that's kind of playing with fate there. Anything like any heart issues, any tightness of the chest, if you just don't feel right, I mean, you could go to sleep and not wake up the next day. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and that's really, you know, the thing here, you know, like, obviously, you know, the main point is that, you know, over here, we want to show support to Jive
100%.
because, you know, I go back and forth with him on Twitter, you know, arguing about sports and stuff like that. He probably doesn't even know I'm on YouTube, right? Probably when I send him a link to this video, he'll know. But, you know, these are people that you grow to care about whether or not you know them in person.
Correct.
And so, you know, one of the things that kind of scares me, it's a thought that scares me, is that, you know, you get to know somebody and the kind of person that they are through their uploaded content. And then one day you see that there's no more content on the channel. And then you find out that they're no longer here with us. It's a very sobering, it's a dark thought, right?
100%.
And he said, listen, I can't wait until December 7th. Like you said, heart's going between 80 and 200. Now, from a fitness side of things, folks, if your resting heart rate is 80 beats per minute, that's bad. Yeah, either you're deconditioned or you're in a state of disease. And when you go to 200, if you're not running from the cops and your heart is beating, or bare, and your heart is beating 200 beats per minute, it's almost over.
Yeah.
And so for him to not allow, first of all, let's talk about this health system, right? Like, the dude is saying, there's something wrong with my heart. We'll get you in there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, and this is why I'm trying to say, like, just go to the emergency room.
Right.
You're better off waiting a few hours than a couple of weeks. And the problem is, when you go to a specific doctor, like let's say it's PCP, I mean, they do have a schedule. Now, mind you, in my opinion, just from a moral standpoint, you maybe you skip lunch that day to go get somebody looking at if they're complaining about heart pain and heart palpitations. But
right, I mean, even if you don't have it in your schedule,
yeah,
you shouldn't be talking about, well, we'll pencil you in December 7th. Tell that motherfucker to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, I mean,
like that bothers me. Like, what kind of health system do we have?
I mean, like, I don't even think it's just kind of like a health system. I think it's just sometimes the people, and he says he's a nice lady, but I mean, I think sometimes people are unequipped for the positions they are in, because any health professional would have recommended, and this is coming from, like, my mother nursing and all that, so I'm very familiar with this background. Anyone with common sense or anyone with in that medical field, you should, like, if you are having heart issues, you should go to the emergency room. Because even at a PCP or, like, your own doctor, there's not much they're going to do there, right? Like, let's just call it what it is. Your PCP is generally just going to prescribe you some shit. And what are they going to do? Like, they're not going to do open heart surgery or anything of that.
And PCP
right?
is, for people that don't know what that is?
It's your personal care doctor, personal care physician.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's someone that you would go for appointments. Like, unless you have a cardiologist specialist, like, on docket, go to the hospital.
Yeah. Long
and the short of it.
Yeah, and the thing is, we'll put the link to the rest of this video in the description. Go check him out. Again, he's a very respected member of the content creation community, at least from where we come from.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say personally that I'm sorry that this happened to him. It can happen to anybody, and again, we're all entering that age. Guys who were coming up in high school, college age, young adult, when this whole thing started blowing up on YouTube 13, 14, 15 years ago. And now, we're all at that age where we need PSAs like this. Like, don't take out, we got an appointment for you 3 months later, 3 weeks later. Don't take that for an answer. Also, we guys have an issue. Trips to the doctor for
sucking it up, trying
exams.
To like just grit and bear it, say like, oh, I'm fine. Yeah. I mean, I listen. With my own hip, we know that whole story.
Yeah, so. Yeah. We had a lot of, and the thing is, like, let me tell you guys something. We're gonna give you a little bit of a window into some of what goes on off the camera, right? Paul and I have become actual close friends. Before we were YouTube friends, but we've actually become close friends. When he got injured, I was in a really messed up position where I didn't want to see him get hurt, but I also don't want to overstep my bounds as somebody who's supposed to just be a friend that's on the outside. I'm not in his inner circle like his wife or his mother or his father or anything like that. But, as somebody that has an injury history and has been working with people, helping them recover from injuries in my profession as a personal trainer, I'm just like, dude, you got to get this taken care of. You got to get this checked out. You got to avoid trying to make money in certain ways.
So I'm like, I'm like, I'll just dig through it. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'll work with that torn ligament. And that's where we're kind of like, I can come from a sympathy. I get it. But like something as serious as your heart, just taking care of it. And above all else, I'm glad, Jive, you're doing well. I mean, me and Jive used to have a lot of interactions on Twitter when I had the Captain Paul Call of Duty channel. I mean, he was always pretty good to me. Like I said, I've always been a big fan of his content. I don't watch it as much as I used to because I've been doing my own thing. Yeah. But it's, nothing but the best for him. I know he's got family, loved ones. Just take care of yourself, man. Like, end of the day, your health becomes far more important than anything else in this world. I hope your recovery's quick and well. I know we're kind of doing this like a few weeks after the fact, but I hope you're doing well, bud. And if you do see this video, I just nothing but well wishes for you, and hope you have an amazing holidays.
Yeah, word up. In the comment section below, tell us about some people that you know, that have had health issues, you know, did they take care of it very quickly? Did they go in and see the doctor? Or did he do like a lot of us guys do? We look at the symptoms and say, I could deal with it.
Yeah.
Definitely give us your opinions down below. The video where he talks more about his experience, that will be in the description. Obviously, his channel will be there. So, you know, you can give him a sub. Obviously, we're a very small channel compared to his, but we still give a fuck, and that's what we do over here.
100%.
So on behalf of Captain Paul, we up out of here. Catch you on the next one.